And I'm gonna call this segment On Campus Conversations. All right. Boom morning, everybody. Get up. Tallahassee. Wake that ass up. I'm gonna be like, when I get on the radio, I'm gonna be like, good morning, Tallahassee. Now get your ass out of that seat. Man. Boom morning, everybody. So look, this is On Campus Conversations. I am about to step on campus. Jam, why you ain't on campus? Well, as we all know, well, maybe not us all, I have been breaking the news and letting us know about these parking lot wars. Yes, these parking lot wars. And there have been many silent casualties. You know, it might be something that Trump and them boys call the silent war. You know what I mean? People love to hush. There's been a lot of silent casualties, a lot of people not talking about it, not breaking the news. But I am, you know what I mean? In hopes that we find a solution, we can write up a peace treaty that actually works, and we can find some resolve for the parking lot wars. So once again, I parked a bit off campus, maybe like 500 paces south of the West Call Street garage. And you know, it's not the worst. I'm glad. I'm glad to be willing and able and physically able to walk and to carry, you know, my bags for the day. Oh, also, I'm a mad scientist. Shout out to JDB's 5th annual Inner Child Healing event. It was a paint fight where I got my white shirt painted on. And then I just decided to wear it today. I'm like, I feel like a mad scientist. So I put on my IMAX glasses that I got from Panama. Oops, I shouldn't have said that. Too late. Yeah, so the silent war, the parking lot wars, they're happening right now. And we just have to walk. And speaking of resolve and resolution, you know, I was this close to having, you know, my mood be messed up. My mood, I said, I got myself in good spirits this morning. Excuse me, and they will remain. But as I was going through the rat race that is the West Call Street garage, I said, ooh, I started thinking of that Beyonce song. You won't break my soul because you can. Then I started thinking of solutions. I'm like, I can't hide my feelings and my frustrations about it. I won't. But grabbing some inspiration from my professor earlier this week and wanting to channel it and funnel it, this frustration, into some action, okay? Now I have some resolve. Florida State University, look, you gotta say that for the algorithm. Florida State University, Congress of Graduate Students. You know, an idea that I had was, what if we built and expanded upon, well, first of all, I had a funny idea or a funny thought. I was like, when were these garages, oh, time to cross, excuse me. All right, crossing the street, crossing the junction, you know what I mean? Oh, speaking of students, I'm gonna need y'all to start pressing that yellow on campus. I'm gonna need y'all to start pressing that button. You know, when you cross, you gotta press that yellow diamond button when the lights flash. Cause look, people are gonna hit you. And what I mean by that, God forbid, people can have the possibility to hit you. When that light flashes, when you press that button, that light flashes and someone does decide to hit you, you is protected by the law, baby. Let's not forget, can't forget the plot. All right? So we just crossed, that was the junction. I have a lot of theories and ideas about the junction. But anyway, what's good, everybody? Boom morning, this is On Campus Conversations. I'm walking to class, and you know, I had to sacrifice because this is the parking lot wars. It's a silent war, and there have been a lot of casualties, you know, latenesses, fights happening in the garage, grievances, passive aggressiveness. So first part of this on-campus conversation is going to be talking about the parking lot wars, excuse me. As I hike up, like I said, I'm glad to be willing and able. All right, to be able to walk, but here's the parking lot wars, baby. All right, speaking of, when were these garages designed? Serious question. Before I do my research, I just want to ask. This is a public forum. When were these garages designed, built, constructed, And why does it seem like it was 1950? There has been so many cars manufactured ever since then. Come on, people coming from far and wide now. We need to expand on these garages. An idea that I have, you ready? And this is for Florida State University. Oh, let me get out the way. Florida State University. I'm saying that for the algorithm. Congress of Graduate Students. Here's an idea that I have. How about a garage, a graduate garage? Like a garage just for graduate students. Because why are undergrads and grads so melded together? We take different classes. We're in different parts of our lives, yet we all park together? Come on now. Here's an idea. The graduate garage. A garage just for graduate students. Come on, that's just an idea, okay? Whew. All right, I'm done talking about the parking lot wars, okay? We're not done talking about it until it's over, until we find peace. But today, I laid down my life, my metaphorical life, and I sacrificed for the good of my education. And that's a great segue into the next topic. Okay, we about halfway to my class. Good morning, Tallahassee. Get your ass out of that seat and get to work. Yeah, speaking of laying my life down on the line, yeah, R.I.P. to Five-Head Charlie. Oh my God. First of all, this is just nuts. Cause he was just here at Florida State. That man was just here talking. And I had never heard of this man, excuse me. I ain't never heard of this man. I remember coming out of rehearsal. This was like back in March or April. I remember coming out of rehearsal. You were like, yeah, you know, there's a protest against Charlie Kirk. I said, what he do? What did Charlie Kirk do? Why everyone so mad at him? So I'm not doing my research. I'm not looking up. I'm not giving nobody no more money for looking up their name. So I asked my fellow man, you know, woman, they man, you know, just fellow humans. So I'm like, who is this Charlie Kirk person? They're like, yeah, he like an influencer. I'm like, oh, okay, so why y'all mad at him? Yeah, because of what he be saying. And I'm just like, oh, so he just be having opinions and y'all be mad at that. I'm like, is he a politician? They're like, no, he's like politically adjacent. I said, oh, so who invited him? Ain't no one really had no answers, but yet they were gonna go protest against him. I said, mm-mm. And they asked me to join. I said, mm-mm, mm-mm. That's just me. Y'all go do you. That man was just here. That man was just here, now he dead. Well, not just here, but you know. All right, it's getting loud, it's getting loud. We about a third of the way there. Yeah, 3/5, 3/4. Quick math, baby. Stay in school, y'all. You see me. At my big age, I'm still in school. There's a reason why. Come on. Boom morning, everyone. This is On Campus Conversations. I'm at another junction. Something about being on the corner. Let me finish up this thought. R.I.P. to Five-Head Charlie. Shout out to V89 News group chat who broke the news. Yeah, and then this morning I'm at Planet Fitness, and then all the major media news outlets. Well, just Fox and CNN, really. Oh, I got the light real quick this time, or the right of way. All right, we in the junction. Boom morning, everybody. Boom morning. Note to self, look up like the history of street lights and like junctions and like crosswalks. What a cool invention. And shout out to, you know, whoever fought for that. And speaking of fighting, oh my God, can I show you what Florida State looked like up the street? Let me get out the street. I look crazy. Okay. So anyway, speaking of fought, I saw a press release. I don't know who dropped it. It was either Fox or CNN. You know, Trump, and they had real good filters on Trump. I said, who edited this? They made him look all nice and good. I said, look at that. He was like, yeah, you know, Charlie Kirk was a patriot. I said, all right, he talking about his boy. That's his boy. He gonna talk about his boy. He got love for that man. He said he a martyr. I said, uh-oh. That word get thrown around. I said, oh no. Okay, here we go. And he said, then he followed up with saying, and he fought. I said, hold up, Trump. Hold up, Grandpa. Grandpa Trump, hold up. You said Charlie Kirk fought. I ain't never seen Charlie Kirk pick up a fist in my life. Have y'all? Why are we using these types of words, these violence? Oh, well, jam, you know, like fighting is like a metaphor, you know what I mean? Like, you know, you got to fight the system, but we're not actually doing it. Okay, then why is that the case then when we're trying to decide and decode music in lyrics and art, y'all can't use that same energy when it comes to decoding. Fight the power, y'all be like, oh, so violent. That's a metaphor. Come on now. We gotta pick our battles, metaphorically speaking. See? It's embedded in the language. But yeah, man, RIP to him. Whew. Catching my breath. Hey, good morning, everybody. What up, what up? Whew. I'm building real good lung capacity, real good lung strength right here. I've been going swimming. It's been real good for me. And I'm able to talk and walk. I'm willing. RIP to Five-Head Charlie. I don't know too much about him. I don't care to learn. But since he's on my TV screen all the morning, I'm just like, dang, his forehead taking up a lot of real estate. And what's sad about the whole thing, like, this is a person who died. All right, y'all, I'm officially on campus. Hey, what's good? Good morning, everybody. This is gonna be my last little point. Yeah, let's not forget the humanity, man. Somebody died. A human died. I walked past this student, female presenting student, and she starts singing like an opera. She said, Charlie Kirk is dead. Oh, we're not about to normalize that. That's a person who died. Let's not forget the plot now. That's a human. We ain't about to sing that. We can criticize the system. He just had a job. Don't be mad at Charlie Kirk for having a job. Don't be mad at his job. He got paid real good to talk and have a big forehead. We can learn something from him and his forehead. Okay, R.I.P. Eddie, I know what that's like. Let's not forget the plot, but get paid to talk about it. Like, you, people who watching this right now, like, you ain't about to get paid to talk about that? Come on now. Let's talk about other things. That man dead and gone, okay? He did not accomplish find out, because it seems like he's making more money dead than alive. These are the types of critical questions I want to start having, okay? Oh my God. Whew. I made it to class. Oh, I heard the birds. The birds keep on talking. The winds keep on whispering. All right, I'm going into my TA class, y'all. On-campus conversations. Oh, just a little under 15 minutes. That's cool. That was a cool little bop. Good morning, everybody. Parking lot wars are still alive. No longer invisible. We will do something about it. RIP to Five-Head Charlie. And yeah, I forgot what my last little point was, but I'm here now, and it's Thursday, and we about to get to it, okay? Here, y'all have a great day. Bye.